Hi guys, my name is Taz. I'm gonna do this video super quick because I'm like, I guess lazy. But I had a couple people ask me a couple times to go through different types of mediums and their watering for, let's say, Anthurium or Corms. I'm probably going to do Anthuriums and just kind of explain a few of the different substrates that I use, okay? And then like just kind of how you should watch and water it. And I'll try and keep it brief because I know I can talk forever. But so when you have a little Anthurium seedling, also, welcome anybody that's new. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully, you find this informative. And anybody that is a current subscriber, thank you as well for being here and for continuing to be a part of my channel. I appreciate it. Anyways, so with seedlings or corms, let's talk about Anthurium seedlings, okay, right now. How you can do it. So you can put it into a normal soil mix, okay? I don't do that at first. I put them in a combination of sphagnum moss, perlite, tree fern fiber, and maybe a little bit of cocoa chips, like smaller cocoa chips. And I will let them grow up. And I mean like seedlings, like itty bitty. Once it gets a little bit bigger, I have tried a really good mix of tree fern fiber, pumice. I think that's it. I want to say that's it. Those two combos. And you can also use tree fern fiber and perlite. Any sort of lava rock as well is fine. Just maybe not one that breaks down real easily, like a Fluval. We don't want it to go to mush, right? We want to have those gaps. And that's what the perlite and pumice provide because tree fern fiber is very dense. It does offer some pockets of oxygen, but it also is quite compact. It's quite dense. So separating that will help. So how I water these two ways. Now, and you can also just put it in pond. You can do pond. And you can also do Fluval if that is your choice. And I guess they're all kind of similar in how to water. Again, I will show you, so just don't worry. And my first purchase advice for you is get a small little pump sprayer or a little spray bottle, not the big one that's like this, no, like a tiny little sprayer or spray bottle. So I'll show you the one I use, and I'll briefly talk about each, and then I will show you in a video. So I'll like pause and show you and then continue talking about the next one. So let's talk about Fluval because I know I've made a video on Fluval before and y'all seem to like it. Anyway, so when your Fluval dries or the moisture evaporates, that's Taz. Is that what happens when things dry? No way. Anyways, when it is drying out, you can either wait till it's dry, but you don't want those roots of your baby seedlings to really reach dryness. Your bigger Anthurium, it's a little different. They can reach dryness. They hold moisture in their roots. Now, my seedlings, some of them have been neglected and gone to the dry mode, and they have been fine. They have been fine. But I wouldn't suggest letting it. They're so small and delicate that they could take that dry root and it could be extreme for them. And it might damage the plant. So an Anthurium do not like being dry for long. You will see their leaves start to yellow in like little tiny pockets, and that's no bueno. So when your Fluval is drying out, you can either spray the top, or what I like to do, and you've seen that in my video, is I will pour clean water. Do not use tap water, ever. If you do not have any access to clean water, take a tub of tap water, a bucket of tap water, and leave it out for 12 to 24 hours. A lot of those minerals that are not good for your plant will evaporate out. Same with rainwater. Believe it or not, rainwater is not great. It is a good source, but there are also a lot of atmospheric contaminants in the water. Because, like, think about it. What is smog? Okay. It's dirty air. It's pollution. It's inner air. It's floating around. The water is pulling that back down. And that goes in the water. Our plant life outside is very used to that. It doesn't affect it. So, yes. So you can pour that filtered water through it. I have a Berkeley water filter tank. Works great. Pour it through. Make sure you're shaking that out. You can also put your fingers over the top with your little seedling poking through and tip it upside down. Do not leave excess water in there. Anthurium are more forgiving. They are more forgiving with leaving water in there. Don't do it though. But with alocasia and corms, they might not be as forgiving, right? They will root rot. So I always tip. Now it's different for other substrates. Now, if you just want to spray the top, you can do that too. Although I notice with Fluval, it doesn't filter it through very well sometimes. So just be mindful to watch that. So I will show you me pouring water through the Fluval and how I shake it out and how I clean it up. Okay. So mama, say mama. I don't know, but it's just cute over here. So like I said, I will pour it through and I will end up actually tipping it upside down, or I will spray the top and watch it kind of wick through downwards. And that works. And I don't know, Fluval for me has been a hit or a miss, especially with corms. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it's just a nightmare. It breaks down very fast. I dislike it for that. I don't want a substrate that breaks down and becomes too dense. Some people have great luck with it, some do not. If you love it, great. If you're exploring options, explore a different option for seedlings, Anthuriums to be specific. All right, next one. We're moving on. We're going to sphagnum moss, my favorite for Anthurium. Okay, sphagnum moss. My mix is a mixture of sphagnum moss, perlite, or pumice. Probably perlite because it's lighter, and sphagnum moss is pretty light. So I would suggest perlite. It is a floater though. And then I will also put in tree fern fiber and a little bit of cocoa chips. I know I said that in the beginning, but I'm saying it again. So here's what it looks like. It's so pretty. I'm going to show you an example. Having a freaking spasm. I look like I'm having a seizure. Anyways, moving on. We're going to move past my weirdness. What was I saying? Oh yeah, sphagnum moss. So for my sphagnum moss, how I water these is I watch the top. Now, a lot of my seedlings are covered. So what happens when you cover them with a little dome is it becomes its own little ecosystem. It will cycle like our planet. Water rises up from the ocean and comes back down. Okay, so basically it's a life cycle in there. I don't know if that was actually accurate. My brain just told me that was correct. But whatever. So what happens is the humidity of the dome the moisture will rise up. It'll sit on the top and it will rain it back down onto your plant. So it'll continuously water and keep it moist. Of course, it will eventually dry out because it cannot keep that life cycle forever because the plant is absorbing it, so it's eating that water, so it's going to disappear. I will take a tiny little spray bottle. This is it. And I will I literally like 3 sprays on the top, or maybe like 5, 3 to 5. And I'll show you. Spray. And even if it's not completely wet through it, it will be. Moss is amazing at pulling that moisture and just sharing it. Sharing is caring for moss. A little goes a long way. You don't want your moss wet. You want your moss moist. You like that word? Moist, 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 moist. Not wet. Moist. I'm sorry. I had a rough day this morning, a rough morning. So now I'm feeling a lot better. If you hadn't noticed, I'm not drunk. I'm just weird. So I will show you me. I already did that. I already did that. I'm going to do that. So did we do it all? Oh, and also remember, if you don't have your dome on your moss, it's going to dry out really fast, really super fast. So you need to make sure that you're either keeping the dome on or checking it literally every single day. And I mean that, like, you have to check it every single day. Why don't you come say hi? No? Hello? Rude. What's the next one? Okay, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Oh, for moss again. Moss will get algae sometimes. It will get like a green yuck on it. That's normal. Okay, it happens. Moss can also regrow. It can rehydrate and regrow actual little tiny moss plants. Don't panic. It's Gucci. It's Gucci. Fluval can show you mold on the top sometimes. That's normal. I hate it. It drove me fucking crazy. That's why I don't use Fluval anymore. There were so many things that were going wrong with it, and Anyways, next thing. What is our next thing? Oh, my fern fiber mixed with pumice or perlite, but personally, I suggest pumice. It's heavier. Tree fern fiber is pretty heavy when it's wet, so it's okay. It's okay to use pumice for this mix. I like it, and I will show you that as well. Same thing, if you can dome it. It will help it stay hydrated. It doesn't dry out as fast as uncovered moss, but it will dry out. You have to watch. The color does change on the top, and obviously throughout you will see the color changing to a lighter brown versus a dark brown. And I'll show you a dry one. Hopefully I have one. And then a wet one. Same thing as I do with moss. I will just spray the top, and I did mention a pump sprayer in the beginning. A little one, just a little. I'll show you with mine. And then the spray bottle. And it's usually about the same sprays. And it does filter it through quite a lot because, I mean, they're like tiny little pieces. And if you can afford to get tree fern fiber, it is expensive. It's $45 for a bag, and it goes quickly. But if you're using it for a whole bunch of seedlings, I've noticed these seedlings have grown a bit better, and here's the comparison. I have noticed that it has grown faster. I saw it on one of the pages I follow. They had like, this one was in perlite, this one is in this is in this. I have like no space. Same time frame, and that one was way bigger. They grew way faster. So I think it's good to use. I don't know why I am the way I am. Last but not least, I guess you can do pond. Now, pond is going to be the same as Fluval. You wait till it's dry out. You can pour water right through it if you have drainage. If you don't, just a little squirt, and you'll be fine. Okay, I'll show you how I water pond. The two ways. There's going to be two ways. I'm thinking in my head what I'm doing. I'm not talking about it, but I'm going to filter water through it like I do with the Fluval, as well as just spray, and you'll hear it sizzle. It'll sizzle when it's absorbing water. It's cool. It sounds nice. And then you know, oh, it was dry. I did a good thing. Next but not least, a mixture of your soil mix. I'd say soil lightly. I do not use soil. Soil's disgusting, and if you can get away from using potting mix, get rid of it. Get rid of it. use chunky mixes. My chunky mixes: charcoal, cocoa chips, bark, tree fern fiber, pumice, and I think that's it. Sometimes perlite. Oh, vermiculite sometimes. If it's an alocasia, I do less. Actually, I do like a medium amount of tree fern fiber. If it's a Anthurium, I do a lot more pumice and a lot more tree fern fiber. They like those gaps, but they also like moisture. So not as much as you'd think, but they do like it. Philodendron, a little bit of tree fern fiber goes a long ways. A good, decent mix of everything. A little bit of vermiculite, because vermiculite does hold water. And your philodendron will love it. So I do have different ways of mixing my no soil mixes. And once you figure out what's working better, you will get in a good routine of things. Now for the seedlings, I put them in there once they reach a little more of a mature stage. So when it's about this big. And I will then water it like I would any other soil mine has no drainage. So I know I've talked about that on here before, but I will show you what no drainage is. Here's a big plant that's in no drainage. I will also show you how I water it. So I literally will spray a tiny amount, so I'll spray a little bit, or I will fill it with water, palm it like I told you with the Fluval, and tip it. Okay, I'll show you. This one's gonna be a longer one. Yeah. I'm doing this really fast, aren't I? Am I doing good? I'm doing so good. It's like what, like 10 minutes? So fast. But anyways, yeah, so you just want to make sure you don't have that water in there. Again, Anthurium will be more forgiving. Do not leave water in there with alocasia, especially with no drainage. Do not do it. You will regret it very quickly. Philodendron, they're a little more forgiving. You know, philodendron are very kind souls. They give you time to realize that you fucked up, and they will let you fix it. But alocasia are like, nah, you fucked up. Adios. R.I.P. They're gone. They hate you. They're choosing death. They're choosing death. They are the Karens of the plant world. I'm putting all of my alocasia in pawn now because maybe that'll work. And also, don't mind my greasy hair. It's not grease. It's actually a delicious hair serum because I went away this weekend and I straightened and curled it so much. Now I'm rejuvenating it. Anyways, isn't it cute? Look, I got it cut and they cut off like 5 inches. Anyways, we're moving past that. I've already accepted it and now we are friends. We love it. We love it now. So it's okay. But those are all of the options for growing seedlings, for growing corms, for growing alocasias. It's all the same. It's all the same. I will show you perlite because it is a good one to know. But I don't have perlite. I might. If I don't have perlite, it might be pumice. Just assume it's perlite. And when you water with perlite, you can actually use it as a wicker. So wicking system. Especially if you have a corm in there. You put it in there, you sink it in a little bit. And I know I've had a video where I talk about this a lot more. And you can leave a tiny bit of water at the bottom. And when it starts drying out, it'll wick it up. The other substrates overwick and it doesn't do as good. It just makes it super damp. Whereas perlite will give you a really good moisture balance. Moist. It'll keep it moist for you instead of it being wet, and it won't usually root rot your plant. Usually. Now please keep in mind, I am no expert. I mean, I technically could say I'm kind of an expert now. Let's say an expert personally. I don't know what's so good. An at-home hobbyist. I don't know. You know what I mean. I've done this a lot. I have a lot of fucking experience doing this. I've tried everything. Everything. Okay. I know what I know. And I know what I know for me. Not for you. Not for Susie, Lacey, and Mary Beth. Okay. They might do things differently, and that's okay. That's what works for them. Also, watering It's personality. Honestly, your personality is going to change the watering that you like to do and how you water things. Believe it or not, it is, okay? My mother, me, and my friend do everything the same, but we are very different. But we do things, even though it's the same, we do it very differently. It's hard to explain. Doesn't matter. We're trying to keep this short. So those are my ways of doing it. And it's very easy as long as you maintain it. Seedlings, honestly, need to be in a nice humid environment. Not too humid, especially if you've got a dome. You can put it anywhere. It's in a dome. It's going to create humidity by itself. You're good. Eventually, you're going to have to take the dome off because it's going to get too big because you're awesome and you grew that plant real big. Good job. Once it reaches that, you take the dome off, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to remember that it's going to dry out way faster now. Watch it. Also, I'm going to work on looking at the actual camera hole versus like looking at, I literally stare at myself when I'm doing this. And I know that's a habit of people that don't use like cameras. I'll work on it. Okay. I'll work on it. So just remember that I'm going to work on it. Okay. So I can stare into your beautiful soul. Just don't look. Can't help it. Anyway, so, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot. As far as fertilizing all of it, I do not really fertilize my seedlings very much. Now, if you know me and you've watched my channel, you know I micro fertilize. I take a quarter of what I'm supposed to in a gallon, and that's the water I use. With seedlings, you want to do even less. Anthurium, they like to eat. My friend told me this. She's really good with them. I follow her advice, even though I would say I'm pretty experienced with everything. I still seek advice from the people around me. My friend told me that they like water, and that changed my whole perspective on Anthurium. She also told me that they love to eat fertilizer. I was told the opposite. I didn't fertilize any of mine because I was told not to. That was fucking false. That was a lie. I fertilize now. But for seedlings and corms and baby alocasia, baby philodendron, not different. They're magic. Very small amount will go a long way for a little baby plant. Because, I mean, obviously, it's a small baby plant. Are you going to give a newborn baby a steak? No, you're going to give it milk. Or rice cereal. I don't know. Squash. You're not going to give the baby a freaking ribeye. Okay? A chicken leg. A turkey leg. Freaking beef jerky. Why is it all meats? Anyways, you're not going to do that. Doesn't make sense. It's stupid. You're going to kill the baby. You're going to kill the baby plant. Keep it minimal. Keep it minimal. I do love using Super Thrive, as you know. I use it a lot, as well as hydrogen peroxide. I use it a lot as well. I have a tank, and I fill the tank with fresh water. Never, again, please don't use tap water. Don't do it. I will always put in every clean gallon of water the same amount of foliage focus, the same amount of Super Thrive, and the same amount as hydrogen peroxide as I do with every watering. And I pour it in the big tank. It's like a party tank thing that people can use cups and fill up there. Anyways, I'll show it to you. And then I keep that in there. So I always have access to a micro fertilized nutrient solution for my plants. And then I don't have to keep track. They're always snacking. They're like me. They're always hungry. They're always eating. They're always happy. I do have my, let me just show you. I do have this. My friend gave it to me. We swapped some plants around. This one has been struggling for me, and talked to her yesterday about it. I think she was here yesterday. She might have been it was yesterday, I think. I don't know. Anyways, so I did see her yesterday, yeah. So this guy's doing, I don't know what I've done. I might have overwatered it, but his roots look very healthy. So I don't know if I gave it too much of a nutrient solution, or if he has pests. I don't see. So I don't know, but it's the only Anthurium that's really giving me trouble right now. It's a pterodactyl crossed with a clarinervium. Yeah. Yeah, even the new leaf has like a little damage mark on it. And I'm not sure what it's from. Maybe it is a pest. I can't see anything. So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes we just don't know. Sometimes things just go wrong and you can't quite figure out what it is. It could be a humidity problem. It could be a lack of moisture. I could have let it dry out too long. It could be overwatering. Overwatering you would see in the roots. I don't think it is. And it could be overusing fertilizer. Anthurium will show you right away when there's a problem. That's what I like about them, except they do it in a very damaging way, fortunately. They do crisp and just, they choose to look ugly when you do something wrong or too much of something. So just know that it could be one of those solutions, and you can kind of check all of them off, or I don't know, what am I trying to say? I don't know, whatever. You can figure it out. You got this. You got this. Or ask me. I won't know. I'll tell you I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you've done. So, you know. You got to figure it out. But I believe in you. So, yeah, I do have a lot of Anthurium, and maybe I'll do a video kind of showing all of the Anthurium that I have now. I love them, and they're so cute. And actually, let me bring out some of the cute little Anthurium that I do have, that I'm taking care of, that I have grown. I was thinking maybe I should do like where I'm like, this is this, blah, blah, blah. But I've done that a lot in this video, so maybe I'll just pull it out. And I'll just go show you in the cabinet. I do have like a pink lemonade. I have a lot of Doc Block Michelle crosses. I think they're so cute. Oh my God, they're so pretty. Their leaves are so dark. The only problem with Anthurium is when they're small, you can't tell what it is until it gets bigger, until it matures. They all look the same until it matures. You'll see, I'll video going through all of my little babies just super quick, showing you the name. And then what, Taz? And then I'll be done. Okay, so I'm going to take a pause here so that I don't want to break it. I'll just fucking break it, whatever. What is my hair today? Man. Like, can we just not with that? Anyways, I'm distracted. I'm so sorry. ADHD is kicking in. I'm like so tired. But anyways, let me pause it and then do my outro, okay?
Step into the unknown, 'cause this is where dreams are born. Million miles away, but it still feels like home. In the land of Step into the unknown, 'cause this is where dreams are born. Million miles away, but it still feels like home. In the land of
So, not again, I haven't said it yet, but thank you for watching if you watched the whole thing. I hope it helped you. And if I missed something, write it in the comments and ask about it, and I will inform you, or I will say, yeah, that's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant thing that I missed to say, because I'm not perfect. And I might have missed stuff. I might have missed a whole substrate. I don't remember. I don't think I did, but you never know. You never know. Yes, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, you know, I guess I'm not, I always say I don't want to be one of those people that are like and subscribe. You don't have to. You will do that if you want to. So I don't need to tell you to do that. You're going to do it if you want to. So, and if you do, I appreciate you. Thank you. It does help. If you want to help it reach other people and you think it's informative, I appreciate that. Thank you. And if not, that's fine. I don't care. Good job. Thank you for being here. And you made it to the end. So if you made it to the end, give me a banana in the comments. People do that all the time and I see it work, but we'll see if it works on my stupid little video. Have a great weekend or week, depending on when I post this. And I will also do a updated tour of my house again soon. I have made a lot of changes and I love it. And it's just slowly coming together. So it's great. But yeah, thank you very much and I will see you guys next time.